So just a very quick video on what I've been playing around with at the weekend. These are a couple of clock circuits which are basically copies of Ben Eater's clock circuits that he used on his breadboard computer. If you haven't watched the Ben Eater series on the breadboard computer, go and look that up. It's really a fascinating series on how CPUs work internally, how Ben built his own on a breadboard. Yeah, really awesome stuff. These clock circuits are the automatic clock at the top here, where we're using a 555 timer in the astable mode. I think that's the right terminology. And we can run it and it will just run the clock, and we can see the LED flashing as the clock is running. And the one at the bottom here is a manual clock, where I believe we're operating the 555 timer in the monostable mode. And the way that works is we can just drive the clock by pushing the button manually. So if we want to single step through some assembler code on the processor, we can just press this button to advance the clock. So when I built these up, I actually built them with a little 5-volt voltage regulator there. My intention is to power them off a 9-volt battery for now. We'll probably switch to a main supply at some point. So I just put a little 78 L05, I think that one is, on there. And I built both circuits up with the same voltage regulator. And then I realised that I can actually clip these little boards together. They've got little slots in the side that you can actually attach the boards together, which I thought would be quite neat. And I could link across with some jumper wires to connect the power across the two. But I couldn't link the regulated 5 volts because I just didn't have enough connection spaces in. So I just linked across the actual 9-volt supply, which is why I've left both voltage regulators in. Obviously we don't need to do that. We could lose one and just link across with the 5-volt, but they were there and I was just easiest way to link the two together. So I'll quickly show you how they work. Put the battery on, we can see the automatic clock is flashing away. Now I used a 3.3 microfarad capacitor. I think Ben Eater was using a 2 microfarad, so presumably his clock must have been running a little bit faster than mine. Personally, I thought that was flashing a little bit too fast, so I just increased the capacitor a little bit to slow it down. And then we've got the manual clock here, which we can advance just by manually pressing the button. And I've hooked an oscilloscope up to this, and I can see that I'm getting some really nice clean edges on the rise and fall of the clock, so super happy with that. The next stage would be to have a selection switch. We can select between the two to choose which clock we want, either automatic or manual. And Ben for that used a latching switch, which I haven't got any, so I've ordered one of those, and we're also going to need some logic circuits, so I'll probably build up another board here with the selection switch and the logic circuits on it so we can toggle between the two clocks. And here's a quick schematic of the two circuits. Not showing the voltage regulators on this circuit because I'm probably going to come up with something different in the future for a little power supply circuit. So we've just got the manual clock circuit and the automatic clock circuit, and then over here to the right you can see the clock selection circuits that I haven't built yet. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this weekend.